been the honor of my lifetime to serve as your president. I love the job, but I love my country more. Selecting Kamala was the very first decision I made when I became our nominee. And it was the best decision I made my whole career. And like many of our best presidents, she was also vice president.
Welcome back to GMA3. That was President Joe Biden delivering the keynote on night one of the Democratic National Convention, making the case for both his legacy and his vice president, Kamala Harris. He promised to be, quote, the best volunteer for the Harris-Walz campaign. And this is a much different speech than the president expected to make just 1 month ago.
Yeah, hard to believe it's been more than 4 weeks now. Joining us now from Chicago is another speaker who took the stage last night, California Senator Laphonza Butler. Good to see you.
Good to see you all. Good afternoon.
So I watched your speech in its entirety, and I couldn't help but notice that shout out to Jackson State University and Howard University as well. But what's your biggest takeaway from the first night of the DNC?
It's a fantastic question. You know, there's so much energy at the United Center last night, DeMarco. And if anything, I think that's what I'm taking away. Democrats from all over the country were just oozing with optimism and, you know, and happy with good hope for our country, good hope for their neighbors. And I believe excited about what we can do together to make sure that this democracy is one that we can turn over to the next generation.
And Vice President Kamala Harris will take the stage on Thursday to accept the nomination. What do you expect to hear from her?
I expect Vice President Harris to continue to try to do a couple of things. One, I think this is one of the largest audiences she will get an opportunity to speak to. And so I think an important part of what she'll need to accomplish is remind and telling the American people who may not know her who she is, and make the case for why she should be the next president of the United States. I think that she is going to look to inspire the American people, not just talk about what we have done as a nation, but most importantly, what she is prepared to do, offer a vision of unity and how together American people from urban communities and rural communities and everywhere in between can make sure that they have the opportunity to see themselves and know that their government is working for them. So it's a lot to accomplish, but I think that she will have the time, she will pace herself, and she will deliver that unifying, informative, visionary message.
And with that said, we should also point out that you served as a senior advisor to Vice President Harris's previous presidential campaign. So talk about the behind the scenes, Kamala, your friend. What is it that you want America to know about Vice President Harris?
Yeah, you know, thank you so much for that. I think I have known the vice president for almost 15 years now. And, you know, one of the most important things to me is just the warmth of her friendship, the loyalty that she sort of commits when she is focused on something or she is committed to someone, her fierce protective nature. And I know that those are all qualities that I think make her the best candidate to be the next president of the United States. She is going to be fiercely loyal to the American people. She is going to fiercely protect our rights and freedoms so that future generations can enjoy this democracy and pass it on. And she is going to do it with joy. She's going to have a good time doing hard things, and that's the kind of leader I believe that we need, one who can unify us in hard times and remind us the joy of doing hard things together. So it's going to be an exciting opportunity, but the Kamala Harris behind the scenes is the Kamala Harris that you see on the screen every single day.
All right, Senator Laphonza Butler. Senator, good to see you, and thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Good to see you.
And ABC News is covering the Democratic National Convention in Chicago tonight in prime time, streaming on ABC News Live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and then here on the network at 10 p.m. So make sure you tune in.